This is where America's spirit lives. Grit, courage, tradition. The same spirit that built the Scout. The West has always been about power, grit, and breaking out when the gate slams open. This is the moment Scout steps into the arena. When you live the cowboy life, grit becomes part of your DNA, and today we're bringing that grit back home to Fort Worth, Texas with Scout Motors. For hundreds of years, cowboys have led the cattle drive on horseback with raw, untamed horsepower. Now it's Scout leading the way, and I got the design team. Let's check this thing out. All right, Bonner here with Scout Motors team, and this is Taylor. Taylor, tell us what you do for the team.
Yeah, so I'm Taylor Langhals. I'm Chief Exterior Designer at Scout Motors.
Awesome, man. We just got to look at the SUV.
Yeah.
Incredible vehicle.
Thank you.
See the truck here, it looks ready for the ranch. You want to walk us through this?
Absolutely. Here we have our Terra. We came dressed for the occasion for tonight's main event. We have our accessory roof rack up top with some pivoting chase pod lights. Obviously a side step to help us get up into the vehicle, and all sorts of other accessories.
Nice.
The magic for us with the original Scout vehicles was really the heritage inspiration. And one of our favorite things about the original vehicles is there was really none that looked alike, but they were all distinctively Scout. So we took that as an opportunity to really create these blank canvases that people can make their own, and that's what you see here today.
Awesome. Yeah, this thing's beefy. It's a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah, it's a full-size truck.
I love the tires, the wheels. Walk us through some of the features in this thing, and then we'll go on the outside, right?
Yep, yeah, so starting in the back here, we have a 5.5-foot bed. We drew some inspiration from the original Scout 80. It had this really nice flick that ran down the shoulder in the original vehicle that we thought was an integral part of the design that we wanted to bring forward as we recreated our Scout Terra truck. Obviously round wheel arches with really high ground clearance to fit these massive 37-inch tires. We have a grab handle here and a step here. So if some of your stuff has rolled to the front of the bed, it's easy over the side access to get up in there.
Yeah, you can get up in here, hit that tire right there. You've got the survival kit in the back here in the toolbox.
In the bed of the truck, we've got our Scout accessory box that we've outfitted with some of the essential tools that we felt were necessary when you're out on the ranch. So you got your axe, your shovel, your binoculars, all kinds of stuff to get you by.
Yeah, this is good for the hunt, good for doing the chores out on the range, whatever you need to do.
Yep.
Got the rhino lining bed in here.
Yep.
Super grip texture. Looks like you could even throw your old saddle up in here. We brought a saddle today just to try it out.
This is definitely a first for Scout. First saddle going in.
I think this kind of looks natural to me right here.
Very cool.
You know, I think this thing looks big enough to haul a horse trailer, and I can see maybe this fitting just right out on the ranch for me and my horse. This is perfect, man.
Yeah.
So let's see some more details.
Yeah, we'll go inside for a second here. So one of our favorite parts when it comes to the interior is the multiple personalities that we can offer with the Scout vehicles between the Terra and the Traveler. So here you see the bench seat. It's an option that we've created to create this up-level experience, whether it's your loved ones or your dog that you want to keep close by your side, it's ready for you.
Yeah, I love that, man. A lot of my favorite memories growing up were hunting in an old school retro vibe vehicle with my brothers, man, shoved up in that front cab. So.
Absolutely. The magic of the original Scouts was it really brought people together. It was this connection machine. So that was something that we wanted to really celebrate when we brought back the Scout Motors brand.
This is a really unique wood grain on here. I was wondering what was the inspiration behind that? What kind of wood grain is that?
Yeah, so that's a recycled hemp wood actually that we have celebrated on the IP and on the doors.
Love that, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the interior, you know, you have all of your accessory switches or physical buttons. So they're easy to use. You're not searching through the screen for the info that you need. It's all right at your fingertips. All of your off-road switches are just above in the overhead, right next to your physical compass, which is great when you're off in the woods trying to navigate somewhere.
Absolutely, man.
Here you can see we have a gear rack again, same attachment scheme as what's inside the vehicle. So everything can, is modular, can come and go as you please. We have a little slide out bench here that gives you access to another closed storage area.
Nice.
Another thing we have is onboard air. So there you can see your dial for your compressor. If you got in a situation, you're air down, you need to air back up, it's ready to go.
Got an extra rope here just in case I lose my rope off my saddle. I got to catch that while I'm in the pasture.
Yep.
Nice, man.
Yeah, we have on the Terra here, we've got our accessory bull bar too. So if any of your friends in other vehicles get stuck, you can pull them out.
Excellent. This thing's solid too right here.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be fun. Oh, and you got a little cup holder here in case
cup holder on
you
each
crack
side.
That cold beer after you're done catching cows.
Yep. We call it front gating, so you can hang out up front, all your friends, and it's another place to sit back and enjoy.
I've never had a front gate party, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely, man. Well, Taylor, thanks for showing us the ride today.
No problem. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Rank Ride Ranch. This is our special edition with Scout Motors. Thank you guys for riding along.
This is more than a rodeo. It's a gathering place where grit and tradition live on. The courage it takes to nod your head in the chute is the same courage it takes to carve your own road. Back in the day, cowboys led the cattle drive. Today, Scout Motors leads the way. From the stockyards to the arena, Scout belongs here. Built for the same courage and adventure that built this country.
We're here to premiere the brand new adventure off-road vehicles that they've brought here to showcase a whole new raw untamed horsepower that we've never seen before, and we're pretty excited to walk through it, man. Thank you for having us.
No, thanks for coming. It's super exciting for us. I mean, we've been working on this for a while, and it's the excitement within the team has been. It's a very unique thing in the industry to be able to bring something like this back in sort of a new and innovative way, right? So
retro modern.
Really it's very cool.
Absolutely, it's super nostalgic. I love Scout as a kid. It brings back the whole James Dean, Paul Newman vibes for me, retro cowboy.
Yep.
And let's see some of these features. Walk us through this. Let's
absolutely.
go.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about the SUVs. So, getting back again to the original Scouts, right? There's a lot of cues that we started to pull from, that really sort of captured the essence of what the Scout brand was about, right? So
absolutely.
A few things, right? The overall proportions, we shifted the cabin rearward on the wheels, giving you that really long dashed axle that we all love. Really short front overhangs, and then obviously the kick up in the D pillar, which is an iconic part of the Scout 2. So really cool, just overall graphics. The proportions are incredibly iconic and something that we own as Scout brand, right?
Absolutely.
And then moving a little bit to the front, there's some really cool elements that you're going to start to see, again, picked up from the original Scouts, but what was on the Scouts originally, they were actually used as like a side marker, so it's like a reflex. We wanted to reimagine that, and now this is part of our lighting signature, so it's this really cool DRL feature that's actually running through the fender, picking up on the front fender as well as the side of the rear fender. Again, just capturing the essence of what the Scout brand was, but just done in a new and innovative way. Some really cool, iconic parts of the Scout, which you can't see here. It's not turned on, but we have a ghost light. So the idea of this really bold, simple mast shape, and then obviously your DRL that's interrupting that and going onto the fender. But then we have this really nice soft ghost light that's coming out from behind there. And what that's doing is really just like, it's accentuating the mast shape itself, but it's also just giving this really nice soft warmth to the overall vehicle. So it's all about inviting the people to kind of engage with the vehicle and things like that, right?
Absolutely. Can we crack the hood on this thing?
So a few other elements we can kind of touch on is like, obviously very mechanical touch points. So, solid anchors for tow hooks. Obviously we have shackle holes. As you noticed on the hood, we had some mounting attachment points for accessories, light bars, Max Tracks, anything you can think of. Moving into the frunk, Obviously, this is a whole new space that you can utilize for
So cool,
anything
man.
you can
This is awesome.
you can think of. You know, we're calling it like front gating, right? We've always been
Yeah.
used to tailgating,
You
but
got your cup
now you
holders
have
right here on the side. You can put a little cold beer
yeah,
right here.
absolutely. So you have like onboard air compressors, right? This is sort of like a rack that you can attach things to. You know, we have a really nice, cool,
Nice.
you
Extra
know,
little
a
storage
pull-out
back
bench here that you can sit on, little extra storage, right? But this is just,
Put the
you know,
snacks in there.
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, this is super neat, man. Really, I just love the old school nostalgia of all of it. Even the, you know, everything from the logo to all of the shapes and
Yep.
everything that went into each cut. You can tell you guys put a lot of history
Yeah,
back
it
into
was
this
it was
thing.
really about being a more reductive design sense. So
Yeah.
you know, again, just taking the things that we felt were the most important from the original Scouts, and sort of applying those in a new way. You know, so it was more about being redacted and like less is more in a lot of cases, right? So I think, you know, what we've been able to do is just, you know, again, capture that essence without overdoing it. And I think a lot of people are, it's giving them like the stories that they've, you know, that they have from their childhood or whatever, right? We're getting a lot of those type of stories that are, you know, giving people that nostalgia, which is really cool.
Well, let's make our way around and
Sure.
show us a bit more, and we'll look at the truck.
Sure. So some of the interior. So this is our latest version. We have, you know, gloss black 20-inch wheels. Those are called the reactor wheels with 35-inch all-terrains here. This is the new Pacific Mist color, really beautiful color. And then getting on the interior, we've updated with what's called, it's a brick red leather, and you know, complemented with a denim, which is this really nice, just
Yeah, that's
authentic feeling
super
material,
cool.
right? But the one thing you notice a lot here is, you know, this whole idea of, you know, this tactile, you know, not just full of screens, right? It's
Yeah.
about an experience that people actually engage with the vehicle, right? So we're going back to, you know, physical buttons, knobs,
Absolutely.
everything you need is right there, versus you having to scroll through any sort of menus. So the
Yeah.
most important stuff is right at your fingertips whenever you need it.
I see that with the screen. You've got all the flip switch, old school
Yep.
knobs that you go up and down with, just like
yeah,
an
toggles.
old school toggle.
And to take that even further, if you look on the upper console right there next to the mirror,
Yep.
you see an actual physical compass, right? So it's just
Yeah.
these really nice little details that help bring some of that, you know, that experience back.
I love the old school floorboard mat right here with it's kind of like the old horse blanket style floor mat.
Mhm.
Also super nostalgic. Well,
And then and to kind of talk a little bit about, you know, where we're at with the Terra, you saw the bench seat over there. You know, that's something, you know, that is actually an option in the Traveler as well, right? So you can have the console, you can have a bench seat in either or of the vehicles. Looking at some of the roofs, you saw the glass in the Terra. This actually has the cabana roof, so that's actually a retractable canvas roof.
Slides all the
right?
way
so
back.
that just gives you that open air experience, but not having to go
which is
back.
nice on a
and
day like this in Texas,
Really nice,
huh, with
yeah,
the
yeah.
heat.
Really nice.
We could use
Really
that
nice.
today.
You know, our signature light kind of picking up again on the body side, wrapping around the rear, and then again a very similar execution from the front on this rear mask, right? These very technical details, really nice mechanical feeling, and then obviously we integrated a tire car, which this is like, you know, a very mechanical, functional piece, so we wanted it to feel robust and strong.
Yeah, it looks
So kind
stout.
of open, and then something to kind of show from a tie to the original Scout
Very nice.
is having a bench gate, which I think everybody loves. You know.
Absolutely. Pop that thing down for a little tailgate action as well. Very cool.
All right, so now you have your actual tailgate experience. You know, you can be sitting up here fully covered, right?
Yep. Middle seats slide down as well if you need a little extra room.
Yeah, and again, you know, we have gear racks back here. We put, there's a channel here, so you can, you know, if there's any sort of storage, you can slide that in, kind of lock it in. So very sort of a modular approach.
Yeah, it's tough interior too in here. You guys got a nice grip to the texture in there. Awesome. Thank you for walking us
Yeah.
through this, man.
I appreciate it.
This is this is going to be good for the ranch or the road, either one. And I see this being a really, really awesome vehicle for families, or
Absolutely.
just a nice
Absolutely.
getaway vehicle when you want to go on your next adventure outdoors.
Absolutely.
The story of the West isn't finished. Scout Motors is writing the next chapter.